Hey you guys, it's Rachel here with Senza Tempo Cane Corso. So I wanted to talk about something happened yesterday, and then I also want to loop it into what I consider to be a real problem with our culture today. So apparently I'm being accused of faking having a service dog whenever I took Batista into Sephora. Not only have there been people that have accused me of faking having a service dog with Batista, but on top of it, there's other people that were basically making the claim that because of the fact that they've been harassed about bringing their service dog into places, that I shouldn't bring my dog into places because of the risk of something going wrong. So like the risk that my dog might do something wrong and bite somebody is jeopardizing their risk to have a service dog, and therefore they think that even though the store itself, the owner of the store says, actually, you know, we would like to be able to have dogs in the store. And even though the representatives at the store loved having the dogs there and it brightened up their day and it made them happy and probably raised their dopamine, which is what they've shown in studies whenever you pet dogs, that it's healthy for you and it's healthy for the dog. Apparently, we should all stop doing that because somebody was given a hard time over taking their dog because they had a hard time with having their service dog. Okay. And it's just, I don't understand it. And this is my biggest problem. Why do people constantly want to complain? Like when I was growing up, you got in trouble for that. If you were the kind of person that just complained to complain, you know what I mean? Like you were a tattletale. People used to tell you, stop being a tattletale. Like you would get in just as much trouble for wasting adults' time with constantly complaining about people than the person who actually did something wrong. You know what I mean? And I really don't understand when and where that changed and why it is that somehow people that do nothing other than add negativity to the world with their constant complaining and negativity are somehow being heralded as the good people of our society. You know what I'm saying? It's like a negative tweet on Twitter is going to get a lot more attention than somebody that says something positive. You know, we reward negativity. And I don't get it. When I went to Europe, there was an individual that went there with us, and he was a controversial figure and had really made a lot of people angry over the years. And so we were all sitting down at this table and all voicing our concern. And at a certain point, the conversation got to be to where basically it was kind of like a pile on. The person was basically just getting piled on. And the people that had been hurt by this individual the most actually asked for it to stop. And the reason why is because they wanted us to be able to work together. And they recognized that if we all just attacked this individual, there would be no reason for this individual to change, okay, to be better. And so it was like, let's not just attack this person. Let's not just pile on this person. Let's voice valid concerns, and then let's find a way for peace to move forward so that we can have a better way of going forward. And it was a lesson for me, because in America, we love to do a pile on. We love to attack people and tear them down and to kind of give them what they deserved. You know what I mean? And even I, in that moment, wanted to do that. And mostly because I felt justified. Here was a person that had really done a lot wrong and had allowed a lot of things to be wrong. And it was like, if anybody deserved it, you know, I mean, it's this person, you know what I mean? But when you do that, what I learned, and I had to be taught this by Europeans, is that you leave no room for improvement. When you tear somebody down and you don't give them the room to be better, you make no progress. Okay, you can't fix the problem. If the problem is people tearing each other down for no good reason, then you can't fix that problem by not giving the person the ability to make better choices, right? So you have to give grace, and you have to be able to forgive and allow people to make better choices. Okay, and that means that you have to leave room for that person to still exist in that community after they've done what you may consider to be horrible things. And that was a lesson for me. And I realized that that is what it means to be the better person, to be the bigger person. And it was a moment for me to grow. And I did. All right. I recognized where I was wrong, and I made sure to open up the conversation for moving forward, for forgiveness, understanding, and moving forward, no matter what the atrocities were before that time. Okay. And it was a really great experience for me to learn how to be a better person. And it was like a joke how in America, you know, I've talked about this before, about how anytime something's wrong in America, everybody wants to like dogpile and criticize that person. You know, they just pile on and they attack. And there's no room for an ability for the person to kind of to be better. You know what I'm saying? Like nor do we want people to here. You know what I mean? We just want to tear people down that we don't like. We don't want them to get better. We don't want to see them improve. We just don't want them to exist anymore. And there are even people that have hurt themselves seriously, even ended their own lives over things. And in America, you'll hear people even laughing about it and joking about it and stuff like that. The humanity is just gone. And I just don't understand this cultural need to constantly tear people down, to just be negative. Attack. Look for anything wrong somebody's doing and target it and attack. Where is the value in that? Where do we go when all we ever want to do to each other is tear each other down? Where is society supposed to go in that? Please tell me. Please tell me the value in constantly complaining and just this self-importance of, and there's a new video series, you know, you'll see them every now and then on YouTube, of curb your self-importance. You know, I don't understand it. You know, at no point did I ever make the false claim that Batista was a service dog. Never. And Kashmir, get out of my garden right now. And I don't get it. You know what I mean? I just don't get it. My best friend and I were talking about it, how she's had a lot of people email her and message her about me, especially other breeders in the community. And they're just like, we don't like her. Why do you talk to her? We don't like her. And she didn't understand it at first. Because I'm telling you, my best friend, she used to be a part of that community. She was well liked. She followed all the rules. You know, she didn't make any waves. You know what I mean? Like, it just, she didn't do the things that I did, where I'm outspoken. You know what I mean? I tend to ruffle feathers. Not that I'm like a negative Nancy or anything, but in the sense that if I think that there's a different way of doing things, I'll say so. Or like the fact that I used to talk about the Rottweiler influence in the breed, or the Neapolitan Mastiff influence in the breed, like, you know what I mean? Like, the fact that I talked about things you're not supposed to talk about. You know what I mean? In America, we have this kind of code of politeness, which really just means fakeness. You're not allowed to say anything that might offend somebody or hurt someone's feelings, or that, you know, like that is true, but you just can't say it, you know, because even though it's true, you just don't say it. You know, I was never that kind of kid. I always said, ask the questions that you're not allowed to ask, that are impolite to ask. I didn't know any better. I was just, you know, honestly curious. And so I've just always kind of been that way, you know what I mean? And I've never really played by the rules, nor really understood why we had to. You know what I'm saying? Like, why it is that in order to be accepted by the breeding community, that you have to kiss the butt of the people that have been in it longer than you. You know, that you can't disagree with them. You're not allowed to have your own opinions. You have to go along to get along. I don't understand that. I don't see the value in it. And I've never seen the value in the absence of free thought for the value of conformity. You know, that's never been the kind of person that I am, and I've never seen the value in it. But that is that culture, you know, and she would ask people like, why don't you like her? And they never had any real valid concerns other than, who does she think she is? You know what I mean? She hasn't even been doing it that long. Who does she think she is, telling people this and that and blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? Like, I haven't went through the proper hazing process that everybody else has had to go through. You know, I somehow was able to make my own success without following their rules and doing it their way. And apparently you can't do that. You have to do it their way, or you're a bad person. And, you know, and this and that. And it's like, and all they ever do is complain. You know what I mean? They don't even really have any valid concern. Like they just complain. And for what? You know what I'm saying? Like, for what? What am I doing that's so wrong that you guys feel that you constantly have to complain about me? I don't get it. I'm not worrying about you. I don't care what you're doing in your house. You're this, you're that. Like, you do what you want to do, and I'm going to do what I want to do. You know what I mean? And I just don't understand the value in tearing people down just to do it. I could understand if I was legitimately doing something wrong, you know, but I'm not. And I just don't understand it. And I don't understand this constant need to complain and tear others down. You know, like, if you have a complaint about somebody, then why don't you try to help them? You know, why don't you contact them and be like, hey, you know, I saw what you were doing or whatever, but, you know, maybe you could try this instead or whatever. Hey, you're not going to attack her. She's too small. Don't even try it. Go. He has a real problem with trying to tackle her, and I'm sick of it. Go now. Go on. And I get it. You know what I mean? If you have a legitimate problem with something I'm doing, I'm all ears. Feel free to offer a suggestion. But to just be so hateful, to just be so negative, I don't understand it. And I don't see the value in it to society, to the breed, to anything. I just wish that we could grow up and learn to communicate and stop this like petty, behind the scenes, just you know, complaining about everybody, complaining about this and that, blah, 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 blah. Like the whole mean girl things, the gossipy thing, you know, I just don't get it. Why we're so infatuated with tearing each other down, you know, and I really think that, you know, it's like, you know, sidebar, but that whole thing about the Joker movie, right? Like all these, like if you look at Belladonna, stop digging over there. You know, that whole group of people that were like, you know, yeah, it's a good movie, but, you know, it's going to incite violence and it's like negative and blah, blah, blah. Like there's so many people that have brought up situations where in the past there were movies that were made that could never be made today because our society is too sensitive. Pardon me, Americans are too sensitive to be able to handle anything other than positive, safe, like PG rated everything. You know what I mean? Like just everything has to be bubble wrapped for society, for people to be able to handle it. And I don't see the value in that. I don't see the value in these people that feel that everything should just be flowers and cupcakes. You know, it's so useless. You know, just useless. I can't believe that we're the species that domesticated the wolf, because I tell you this, we're not capable of it now. We are not capable of domesticating the wolf anymore because we're too soft and we're too out of touch with the world and with nature and with what it takes to survive in any kind of non-bubble wrap society, you know? And not only that, but like the same people that proclaim themselves to be the arbiters of what is right are some of the nastiest people I've ever seen. You know what I mean? Like the comments that I get over ear cropping, you know, and the like they complain about the fact that I do that, but yet they make the most just obscene comments, just horrible, like as if because I crop my dog's ears under anesthesia that I should die. You know, that I should be mutilated and burned and I should have my ears cut off and I should blah blah blah. Like what makes you think that you are a better person for making those kinds of claims? And especially if you actually believe that. You know, the outrage society. I don't get it. And I think that we need some kind of natural disaster to cull those people from our culture. I really do. I don't know that there's any other way to do it, because I don't see those people turning around and bettering themselves. I don't know. I just don't. The outrage culture is as useful as a third arm. And maybe that's useful. Maybe I should say a third leg. You know what I mean? I don't get it, man. I don't get it. You're not a valuable part of society just because you can find something to complain about. You know, there's always going to be something to complain about. You're not adding anything to our world by constantly complaining and moaning and griping. Oh God, it's so draining. And I just don't get it, man. And I don't see how our world is going to get better with this constantly tearing each other down. You know what I mean? Always tearing each other down, using any opportunity to complain. You know, well, I have a service dog. Here's my area to complain about. Now I get to complain today. It's like, Jesus, man, like keep it to yourself. If you don't have something nice to say, then don't say anything at all. Like, keep it to yourself, Nancy, negative Nancy. Like, nobody cares. I mean, we really don't. Like, and the people that do don't matter. I promise you, they just don't. Like, we get it. Your life sucks, all right? Either make something better of your life or just go be negative in a hole somewhere. You know what I mean? It's like those same people on Facebook that are always complaining and they're always sharing all these horrible posts about everything negative in the world. And it's like, why would you want to do that? Why would you want your life to be nothing other than complaining and negativity? Why are people so addicted to negativity, to tearing each other down, complaining about other people? Like, I just don't get it, man. I really, really, really don't. And I have no patience for it. When I see it on my channel, I block the people and I delete the comments. And some people say, well, you're a comment deleter. Why do you do that? Because I'm not going to let your negativity affect the positivity that is on my channel. I love that my channel is a place where people can grow and learn. I don't want you in your negativity to poison with your toxicity. You're not going to spread that. You're just not. You can do it, but you're wasting your time because I'm going to delete it. You're not going to spread it there. If you want to go and put it somewhere else on somebody else's channel where all they want to do is talk about how important they are and how everyone's bad and that they're so amazing and they're so awesome and blah, 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 by all means, you go ahead and do that. But you're not going to do it here. I don't have any tolerance for it. You know what I mean? If you have a legitimate concern, absolutely. I'm not saying that you should never have a complaint or that nothing negative should ever be said. Of course, that's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is there is such a thing as a legitimate complaint and an illegitimate complaint. And our society has lost the ability to decipher between legitimate complaints and just tattletales and negative Nancy's. You know what I mean? These people that, there was even like an SNL thing where they did this negative Nancy and this chick was like everything. She was like this lady that's like, they're like eating something and she's like, yeah, but did you know that this and this and this? And it's like, of course there's always a downside, but there's no value to life to constantly be talking about everything negative. And for some reason, our society has taken a turn for that, where it's just like, you know, it's just like the Twitter outrage of just like complain, complain, complain. You know, it's like you talk about something nice happening and really nobody pays attention. You talk about something negative happening, or you complain about something and everyone's like, oh yeah, that's so awesome. That's so legitimate. That's so right now. Back over here now. And I'm just tired of it. You know what I mean? I'm so tired of it. People falsely accusing me of faking having Batista as a service dog. I mean, literally take a hike. Just, I get it. You're miserable in your life and you want other people to be miserable too. And I don't have any tolerance for it. And when I see those kinds of comments, I will delete it and I will ban you from the channel. And if I had the ability to ban you from even watching my videos, I would. You know, I would. I hope that you go into a dark place and stay there and keep it to yourself. And when you're ready to be positive, you can come out with the rest of us. You know, when you're done crying and complaining over nothing, then why don't you come out and join the rest of the adults at the table, you know? But if all you're going to do is cry and complain, go to your room and sit there until you can behave like an adult, all right? That's what I'm telling you right now. I'm treating you like the little child that you are. Just stop it. You know what I mean? Just stop it. Literally, cut it. Just cut it short. Cut it out, you know? It's so, it's so useless. It just is. So enough of my rant. And believe me, I'm fully aware of the fact that I'm complaining about people complaining. But like I said, there is a time when there is a legitimate complaint, and I'm asking you to just quit. You know what I mean? Just quit. Save your griping for the people that actually are lying and taking their dogs into places where they shouldn't be. Save it for the people that have their little dogs in the cart at the grocery store whenever service dogs are not even allowed to be in a cart. You know, like save it for the people that actually deserve it. Not somebody like me who is brightening the day of all those Sephora employees. They loved having Batista there. They were happy. They enjoyed it. It brightened their day. Who are you to complain about it? You know what I mean? Like, who does that? Nobody but somebody that's negative, that has a negative outlook on life, and they just see everything as bad, everything is negative, and they just want to spread, they want you to be as miserable as they are. And I'm just not, I don't have any tolerance for it. I don't. You want to be miserable, that's fine. Keep it to yourself. The rest of us would like to have a good day and be happy. And that's what this channel is predominantly about, is allowing people to have a better relationship with their dog, getting to see cute little puppies running around, getting to see normal animal behavior. People love the dogs. It's a happy place. Keep your negative Nancy crap to yourself, or I'll delete it and I'll ban you from the channel. I don't care. You're not making a difference. You're not making a change over here, honey bear. You're gone. That's it. You're out. Because I ain't got no time for it. And neither does the rest of the people on my channel. Like, they're sick of it too. I literally got emails about it. I get calls about it. I got people coming over here telling me this other person on your channel is ticking me off because they're making accusations about you that are not true. And it's like, you don't have the right to spread your toxicity to everybody else. You want to be miserable, that's fine. That's a personal choice. You're more than welcome to do that. Keep it to yourself though. Don't spread that crap around everybody else. Maybe your parents didn't teach you to keep that to yourself, but I'm letting you know now, I have a zero tolerance for it. If you want to come to the table and act like an adult and be, you know, a normal and positive part of society, by all means. But if all you want to do is complain and make and just ruin everybody else's day, then you're not allowed here. Go away, keep it to yourself. And when you can act like a mature adult, you can come back. Okay? Have a good day. Bye.